Hello student, let's start the conducting system of the heart. The conducting system of the heart, it is made up from the myocardium and it is specialized for initiation and the conduction of the cardiac impulses. Means for the heart beating of the heart, that the conducting system that plays the important role. The fibers present of this conducting system, they are very much finer and the thinner than the other myocardial fibers. It is completely cross striated. The conducting system that includes the SA node, AV node, the AV bundles and the Purkinje fibers. So let's see, that is the conducting system of the heart. So let's start the conducting system of the heart. So the conducting system of heart, it is made up by a specialized cardiac muscle fiber, not the nervous tissue, and these are the responsible for initiation and the conduction of the cardiac impulses. Generally impulses, they should be formed by the nervous tissue, but in relation with the heart, that is a specialized cardiac muscle fiber, they are responsible for the initiation and the conduction of the cardiac impulses. So these are the 5 components. That components are SA node, AV node, the bundle of His, then the right and left branches of bundle of His and the Purkinje fibers. So let's see, that is the SA node. So the SA node, that is also called the sinoatrial node. This one, SA node or the sinoatrial node, it is also called the pacemaker, and it generates the impulses at the rate of about 70 to 100 beats per minute, and it initiates the heartbeat. It is horseshoe shape. The shape of this bundle, it is horseshoe shape and situated into the atriocaval junction in the upper part of the sulcus terminalis. So here the superior vena cava and this is the inferior vena cava, and this medial border of this superior and inferior vena cava, it is called the sulcus terminalis. So it should be present here at the junction in the upper part of the sulcus terminalis. The impulses travels through the atrial wall and reach to the AV node. So here you can see, that is atrial wall, through it should be initiate the impulses and that should be reaches to that the AV node. So here. Then the next is the AV node, this one. So that is also called the atrioventricular node. So atrioventricular node, it is smaller than the SA node, this one, and it is situated in the lower and dorsal part of atrial septum. So that is the interatrial septum, and in the lower part it should be located above the coronary sulcus. Okay? It generates 40 to 60 beats per minute. Then the third part, that is the AV bundle. So this one you can see, that is the AV bundle, or that is also called the bundle of His. So AV bundle, or that is also called the atrioventricular bundle or bundle of His. So it is only a muscular connection between the atrial and ventricular musculature, and it begins at the AV node. So it begins at the AV node, crosses the AV ring, atrioventricular ring, and descends along a postero-inferior. So here you can see, that should be descends into the postero-inferior branches. So here you can see the membranous part of ventricular septum. So that is the interventricular septum, and it descends into that the membranous part of the ventricular septum. At the upper border of muscular part of the septum, it divides into the right and the left branch. So here you can see, as it goes downwards or descend, so it should be divides into that the right and the left branch. Okay? Let's see, that is the right branch of AV bundle or the bundle of His. So here you can see, that is the right branch of the bundle of His, this one. Okay? So right branch, it passes down right side of interventricular septum. Here you can see that is the interventricular septum. A large part enters in the moderator band to reach the wall of right ventricle, where it divides. So it is goes into that the wall of the right ventricle, and here it should be divides into that the small fibrous part. It is called the Purkinje fiber. So this one, the small branches, it is called the Purkinje fiber. Then the left branch of AV bundle. So this one, the left branch of AV bundle. Here you can see this one. The left branch of AV bundle descends on the left side of the interventricular septum. So here, interventricular septum on the left side, and it is distributed into that the left ventricular wall. So here you can see that is distributed into the left ventricular wall, and it divides into the small fibers like structure called the Purkinje fibers. Then the last one, that is the Purkinje fibers. So Purkinje fibers are form the subendocardial plexuses. So here you can see that is the small branches they are giving. So that is called the subendocardial plexus. They are large pale fibers striated only at their margins. They usually passes double nuclei, and it generates impulses at the rate of 20 to 35 beats per minute. So that is the Purkinje fiber, and the clinical importance of that the conducting system. So as you know that is it generates the conduction and initiation of the impulses of the heart. So if any damage should be occurs to that the conducting system, result the cardiac arrhythmia. That means the defects in the normal rhythm of the contraction of the heart. Okay? The except the part of left branch of the AV bundle, this one, the left branch of the AV bundle, all parts that is supplied by the left coronary artery. The whole of the conducting system usually supplied by the right coronary artery. So except that is the left branch of the AV bundle that is supplied by the left coronary artery, and the remaining part of the conducting system that is supplied by the right coronary artery. So the vascular lesion of the heart can cause the variety of the arrhythmia. So that is the important clinical points related with the conducting system. So the blood supply of the heart. So heart is supplied by the two major arteries, that is the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery, which are the branches of the ascending aorta. So this one. So let's see the right coronary artery. So this one, that is the right coronary artery. This is. So right coronary artery, it is smaller than the left coronary artery, and it arises from the anterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta. So from this region it should be originate. Then it gives the several branches, that is it gives the large branches and the small branches. So large branches, it is the marginal artery and posterior interventricular artery. So here you can see posterior interventricular artery. This one, this is the marginal artery, and this is the posterior interventricular artery. And the small branch, these are the several small branch. These are the nodular, this is the nodal artery, then the right atrial artery, infundibular artery, terminal artery, right ventricular artery, and etc. These are the small branches which are given by the right coronary artery. And the area of distribution where that artery is supplied to the part of the heart, that is the right atrium of the heart. So here this one, then the right ventricle of the heart, so this one, then the posterior part of interventricular septum, and the whole of the conducting system of the heart. So that is the area which is distributed or supplied by oxygenated blood by the right coronary artery. Then we should have to see that is the left coronary artery. So this one, that is the left coronary artery. So the left coronary artery, it is larger than the right coronary arteries, and it should be arises from the left posterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta. So here you can see. Then it gives the several branches, again the large branches and the small branches. So large branches, that is the anterior interventricular branches here, anterior interventricular branch, and the second branch, that is branch to the diaphragmatic surface of the left ventricle, and the small branches, that is the left atrial, the left pulmonary, and the terminal branches. And the area is the supply to that the left coronary artery, that is the left atrium, this one, that is the left atrium which is present on the posterior side of the heart. Then the left ventricle, so this one, that the part, that is the left ventricle. Then the anterior part of interventricular septum, this is the interventricular septum, that is the anterior part, and the part of the left branch of AV bundle. So that is the area which is distributed by the left coronary artery. So here in this diagram you can see the area distributed by the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. So here light color, that denotes the area distributed by the right coronary artery, that is the right atrium, the right ventricle, and the posterior part of the interatrial and the interventricular septum. Then that is the left coronary artery, that is supplied to the left atrium, the left ventricle, and the anterior part of the interventricular septum. Okay? So that is the area distributed by the coronary artery. After then we should have to see, that is the venous drainage of the heart. So here in both diagram you can see, that is the venous drainage of the heart. So the venous drainage, that should be occurs by the several veins. First, that is the greater cardiac vein. So here the anterior view, and here that is the posterior view. So here you can see, that is the greater cardiac vein. Then the second is the middle cardiac vein. So this is the middle cardiac vein which is present on the posterior side of the heart. So here in this diagram you can see, this is the middle cardiac vein. Then the third vein, that is the right marginal vein. So here you can see, this is this one, that is the right marginal vein. Then the next is the posterior vein of the left ventricle. So here that is the posterior vein of the left ventricle. So here you can see. Then the next is the oblique vein. So the oblique vein of this one, here you can see. In this diagram again you can see, that is the oblique vein of left atrium. Then the anterior cardiac veins. So these are the anterior cardiac veins, and veni cordis minimis, these are the small veins. So all veins except the last two, means that is the anterior cardiac vein and the veni cordis minimi. These vein, all the veins, they should be drained into that the coronary sinus. So here that is the coronary sinus, this one, that the large vein is present. So all these veins, they are drained into that the coronary sinus, except that is the anterior cardiac vein and the veni cordis minimi. Okay? Then the coronary sinus. So here you can see, that is the coronary sinus. So coronary sinus, it is the largest vein of the heart. It is situated in the left posterior coronary sulcus. The length of this coronary sinus, that is the 3 cm in long, and it ends into the posterior wall of the right atrium and receives the above tributaries of the veins, except that is the anterior cardiac vein and the veni cordis minimi. Remaining all the veins, that should be enters into that the coronary sinus. After then we should have to see, that is the lymphatic drainage of the heart. So lymphatic drainage, it should be occurs the coronary arteries of the heart. So it should be forms the two trunks, that is the right trunk ends into the brachiocephalic lymph nodes and the left trunk that should be ends into the tracheobronchial lymph nodes at the bifurcation of the trachea. So here you can see that is where the bifurcation of the trachea that should be occurs. So it should be drained into the tracheobronchial lymph nodes. After then the nerve supply of the heart. So the nerve supply of the heart, that is by the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve that should be slows down the heart rate, and the sympathetic nerve which is derived from the upper 4 to 5 thoracic segment of the spinal cord. So here upper 4 to 5, T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5, that is the segments which is coming out from the upper 4 to 5 spinal nerves and which increases the heart rate. So that is the nerve supply related with the heart.